Daniel Palka. This guy has shown solid and consistent power now over 4 levels in the Arizona Fall League, yet no one, zero. Nobody's talking about this guy. Now, he is a bit older at 25 because he did go the college route. He's not much of a speedster, although he did swipe 24 bases in 2015. He whiffs entirely too much, but in today's game, that's not necessarily to a player's detriment. Another thing in his favor, he plays in Minnesota, where no one has a position on lockdown. So maybe he can push his way in there. Now, he's hit 22, 29, and 34 bombs over the last 3 seasons. Ralph, is it conceivable he sees time in 2017, is a viable option, and could he actually be like an Adam Duvall revelation this season? Or are we looking at Dylan Cousins' cousin?
Yeah, well, I don't think he's Cousins' cousin because he certainly doesn't run enough to be Cousins' cousin. But there are similarities. He strikes out a lot, just like Cousins, but he has a good walk rate, just like Cousins. So there is some stuff that I would come back to prospect than Palka is. But the power is monstrous. And this is a similar profile to what we saw with Adam Duvall, and obviously we saw what he did last season. I don't expect him to repeat that, and I don't think Palka is going to end up being as good as Duvall. But he's certainly a true 3 outcome hitter. He's going to walk a lot. I think, his walk rates, between AA and AAA last year were like 11%, 9%, I think, when he went up to AAA. But he strikes it a lot. This is a 30% K rate guy. He could come up and he could be swinging and missing as much as Miguel Sano. With him, Buxton, Sano in the lineup, if that happens in Minnesota, in DFS, start your pitchers against these guys because they're going to swing and miss a lot. But he has monstrous power. He has major league power. So, Minnesota, a place like Oakland, some of these sort of second division type of teams, he's certainly a guy that could end up in the right side of a platoon there and, who knows, find his way into 400, 500 at bats and smack 25, 30 homers. I mean, it's possible. He has the ability to do that. It's going to come with a really bad batting average. If you're in points league where strikeouts count, he's going to hurt you there too. But in deeper dynasty leagues, 18 teams plus, I'm in a lot of those leagues. He's a guy that I took a shot on, figuring you can get him for cheap. And, there's still a chance that he comes up and has 4 or 5 really good power seasons in the majors.
Yeah, and the other nice thing is we're talking about him as an outfielder, but he has played a little bit of first base, and he's also in the DH league. So it's very, very, very conceivable that he finds his way into regular at-bats in 2017. And with the type of power he possesses, again, the strikeouts are not necessarily a hindrance in today's game. So if he's putting out a homer every other day and striking out 3 times in that same span, he's going to find himself in the lineup on a daily basis. And you could be looking at this year's version of Adam Duvall in that regard. So I think he's somebody that you definitely should be taking a gamble on at the very least because you're going to get him for relatively cheap.